Hello, everyone, and hello, all over the world. It's me again, Sharon Lapu-Lapu, and today I have guests, but my guest is not yet arrived, so I'm gonna wait her. And if you have some questions for me, I do my best to answer your question while I am waiting of my guest. And I apologize if I didn't post a video for 2 days, I think, because I was in my island because it was a fiesta, and then it's our tradition to be there because it's the only moment to make a family or relatives gathering during fiesta. So we meet all. I mean, we meet our some relatives living in other city here in Cebu because they went there. But yesterday, I did my best yesterday to go back home. Even the wave was so very big, the weather was not good yesterday, and then the wave is like a roller coaster. But thank God we arrived here at home in a safe way. Okay. Good morning, Shara. Good morning, Sir Juan. Hello from Tagaytay. Hello, Harold Johnson. And then I didn't post a video because I had no time to make a video in the island because the connection there is insert coins Wi-Fi there, but the connection was very bad. And then at the same time it was noise because there were quite a lot of people from different little island. And then I was also helping my sister-in-law who managed my little sari-sari store there. Um, we are selling different what other people need, especially everyday needs, rice, toothpaste, bath soap or laundry soap, and then we sell our also beer and drinks because it was fiesta, so it was good for to sell beer. And then thank God because we sold around 20 bucks of beer. So it helps for us to earn a few money. And then at the same time, also no electricity in the island, but I did my best to install a little solar panel on our house, and then but not so very sustainable electricity for us to have lights. But I am planning to install a big panel, I mean a big solar, so that we can have um we can have electricity 24 hours because the solar panel that I install is not resistible. I mean, res- I don't know. It doesn't resist for a long time, and then I plan to install a big solar panel so that we can use a chiller or refrigerator for us to sell cold drinks and especially ice because it's hard to people there to drink fresh water or especially fresh Coca-Cola because no electricity. But there are some people now there. I mean, there are some people in our island have big solar, but they cannot sustain to what people in the island need, especially fresh excuse me, especially fresh cold drinks. So I will do my best to install a big solar panel so that I can use a refrigerator or chiller on my sari sari store. Okay, looking very beautiful today. Hello, Ken Hedy. Thank you. Okay, Matipidolo, Sari Sari store. Does it have chairs in front to the drink beer? No, it's not like that, Matipidlolo. We just only have a little shop. And I mean little sari sari store. So the people, if the people want to buy us beer, either they will bring it to their house or they drink outside on my parents' house because we have a little space there. We just only put a table. I not a table but a chair. So they can set outside on our house and then drink beer. But mostly, people buy beer or drinks when they cold drinks and then after bring it to their house. Thank you, Paul Sampkins, for the super chat. Sharon 5, making me miss you, and for the solar panel. Paul, actually, for to install a big solar panel, um it costs so much. I think it's around 33 40,000. Or if you want, if I want to have a very big, it can use TV and then refrigerator or chiller, and then I will, if ever I will make a business like insert coins piece of Wi-Fi, the solar panel will cost around 70,000 pesos. But I will slowly to save that because I want also my mom that she can watch TV while she stay in the island after her operation, because we will start now the operation of her eyes this month, maybe this week or on the second week. We just wait when the wave, I mean there will be no more big wave, so that my mom can come over here at home, and then we will start the procedure for her operation. I mean, for her eye operation. And then the person who managed my sari sari store in the island, it's my sister-in-law. It's just only me who buy or purchase something that what my sari sari store need, and then after I will send it to the island. And then yesterday also, before I came back home, it was my grandmother birthday. It was her 91 years old. And then fortunately, she born February 28th, not February 29th. So if you have any question from, I mean, if you have any question for me while I am waiting, as I am waiting of my guests, you can ask question. Wow, 91. Yes, one. I mean, yes, sir, one. She is 91 years old and she is able to walk. And then she is strong. Paul Simpkins, solar panel, good idea. I understand now. Yes, solar panel is a good idea in the island, and then that's why I save money for me to install a big solar panel so that I can make a little business there selling ice cubes or selling ice, which is wrapped by the plastic wrapper, and then sell also cold drinks, and at the same time making also business for charging phone to the people in the island, and then they will pay 10 pesos for each cell phone charging. And um, also insert clients piso Wi-Fi. So that's my plan. That's why I save money for that. But I'm gonna, because I need to save money for that because I made an operation of my mom's eyes. I mean, two eyes. So my priority for now it's the operation of my mom's eyes, and then after I will save money for the solar panel. Attitude Lola, you are the silent partner, the person that invests the money while somebody else manage the business. Yes. And then my my sister-in-law managed the Sari Sari store, and then she managed it well. That's why when I was in the island, I helped her. Okay, Kennedy, Laura, school things look really good. Yes, it's the School of Laura, it's really good. And then actually today is the day for to release her report card, but I cannot get her report card because I had a live stream. So I will try to ask her teacher if I can get her report card tomorrow or this afternoon. Miss GHA, good morning, and hello to everyone. Hello, Miss. Okay, Jim Scott. Hello, Sharon. Do they use generator over there? Sir Jim Scott, before there was a generator. There was a generator, but after the Typhoon Odette, it was broken because the place where the generator located was there was a sea floods, so it will not work anymore. So that's why the resident in our island making way. So if the people who can afford to install a solar panel, they install a solar panel now instead to buy a generator, because that's the new system now, solar panel. So no more generator. Maybe there are some residents who are use generator, but not so much. I think just only 3 or 4% using generator, but mostly people there in our island using solar panel. Even if just little solar panel, as long as they have lights. Like my house, I mean in my mother's house, I install a little solar just only for the lights, and then at the same time we can charge our phone, but not so much phone that we can charge, because if we charge so much phone, the battery cannot charge fully 100%. So it's just only a light. Did you give price for your mom operation insurance coverage? No, my mom, Paul Simpkins, my mom doesn't have an insurance, but she has a Pearl Health. But when we went to the Chonghua Hospital, the nurse explained us about the price, and then the lens, and then the operating room, and then the laboratory. It's just the only cost that we pay, but the doctor operation, it will be the Pearl Health who will pay the doctor, the Pearl Health, because my mom automatically have Pearl Health because she is a senior citizen. Christopher suffered. Magandang umaga to you, Sharon. Hello, good morning, Sir Christopher. Jian. Good morning, Sharon and everyone. Hello, Ma'am Jian. And if you agree, Ma'am Jian, can I interview with you on my channel? Okay, James Scott. Solar less maintenance, could also look into solar generator. Yes, solar system, it costs less than the generator, especially now that the price of the price of the gasoline or diesel here are expensive. So solar panel is less, I mean, less cost. Okay, matipid Lola, what age is considered senior citizen in the Philippines? 60 years old, sir. 60 years old here in the Philippines is senior citizen. Kevin Campbell. Hi, chat. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Sir Kevin. So that's my plan to install big solar panel because I will make a business there, like insert coins, piece of Wi-Fi, and then selling ice to people and then cold drinks. And also charge the phone or charge the chargeable speaker. And then for because here now they have a set. I mean, it's like a package solar panel set. So all what he needs is include, but the price is it's depend how much solar battery you want, and then so that you can have long last or you can use chiller or TV or electric fan. Atipid Lolo. Do they have senior citizen discount at movies, resort cruises? Yes, sir. Senior citizen here have discount medicine, in the fast food, grocery, movies, restaurant, and then ticket, and then on the transportation also. Because I live in the village without good electricity. Yes, and then at the same time also, the people here has traumatized after the typhoon Odette that no electricity for 2 months. That's why they do their that's why most of the people now install a solar panel on their house. And then even me, I am planning to install also after I will install solar panel on my island. I mean, in my parents' house in the island, I will install also a little solar panel here in my house because I also have trauma when it was Typhoon Odette that 2 months no electricity. Do you have investor in your plan, business or family business, and profits on the island properly not high? Not only do you have investor in land business? Yes, I have investor. I mean, not investor, but it's just only me who invested, and then it's for me and my family. And then the profits on the island is not little, but as long as you have profits. So, okay, here I think my guest now is arrived. Okay, hello.
Hi.
Hi! I don't see you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Thank you for bearing with me. I did not intend for my last live to go that
It's
long.
okay.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see what's.
Okay. 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 I don't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you now. Okay.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. Okay, and my guest now is arrived, and then today my guest is Chez Charde of YouTube channel Chez Charde, and then her channel is growing rapidly and gaining popularity, and she tackle all topics with the truth and logic. Ma'am Chess, welcome to my channel, Sharon Lapu-Lapu, and thank you for granted this interview. Although I am interviewing, although I am interviewing you, ma'am, but you are free to ask me any question about Philippines or me as a Filipina woman. You deem appropriate and or have curiosity or rumor that would like clarification. I can speak for the majority, but hope my answer are similar to what you would hear from most Filipinas. So, ma'am, let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Please tell everyone about your channel, its content, history, and goals and objectives.
Yeah, so Chez Charde here. Thank you for having me. At my channel, I like to tackle tough topics with truth. So I talk about a lot of things, femininity being a big thing. I talk about a lot of things that impact the Black community, spirituality, and just current events that happen, especially in America or in the West. So
Mhm.
I have a little mix. We have a lot of fun on my channel. So yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you also for having on my channel.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Why do you think your channel has grown so rapidly and is continuing to excel and gain popularity?
Oh, that's a good question. Wow. Good question. Maybe. Well, what is that saying? Cream rhymes. The cream rises to the top. Well, I know that's a saying like in America. It's like where the cream rises to the top.
Yes.
It speaks of like good content will eventually get to where it needs to be. So, um, I can't really speak of any special formula. I mean, I'm just trying to work hard and be consistent. I pray every day and ask God for help and direction, and I'm sure that that really makes a big difference in any success
Yes.
that I've had. And honestly, I feel like I'm still growing. I do know consistency plays a big role. There's something about getting up every single day and doing it over and over again, whether or not you like the results or you don't like the results. I know that is also important. So
Yes.
yeah, I think that will be it. Consistency, continuing to try to understanding my audience, and then praying every single day and asking God for help. That would be three things that I can think of are helping me.
Okay. I believe you are married. Is there anything you want to share about your family or siblings?
Yeah, I'm happily married. Still learning. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've been in the USA my entire life. My family is from the USA, has been there for multiple generations. And yeah, I spend a lot of time just trying to learn more about marriages and how to build healthy families. Having God-centered families to me is something I'm very passionate about. So yeah, and that's something that I do, and those are the kinds of people that I work with. And in my family, that's also something that some of my family holds as values as well. So yeah.
Have you ever been to the Philippines and had a Filipino friend or have knowledge of our country, culture, tradition, religion?
I've never been to the Philippines,
Mhm.
although I actually one of my cousins married a Filipino woman, and then one
Okay.
of my best friends growing up actually was Filipina. So I mean I don't pretend to be an expert on the culture, but I've met different Filipino people in my in my lifetime. I live in the Bay Area, which is in like San Francisco, Bay Area, California, and that area is very diverse. You'll get people from all across the world. So I've had the opportunity
Yes.
to meet people of all different walks of life.
Would you be interested in visiting the Philippines if I give you an invitation and will be your
Oh,
host?
I would love to visit. I would love to visit the Philippines. That's on my bucket list or on my to-do list.
Okay. Okay. Why, in your opinion, have some, not all, but black women have been criticizing or labeling black men who come to the Philippines for vacation or permanent residency as passport brothers? Why does it matters to them away if they aren't interested anymore?
That's a really good question. I think some of it boils down to jealousy, honestly. Um, I think there's some women who, yeah, are I think there are some women who are jealous that there are men going abroad and they are disconnecting from the American dating market, the Black American dating market, and going elsewhere. So I think there's that sense of jealousy. I also think there's some fear because dating in America already is very tense. The marriage rates are very low across the board for all nationalities, including Black Americans. And so people are already having a hard time getting married and making families. And so when there's men who decide to leave and then make marrying less a possibility, I just think more women go into fear. And so I think there's like a fear, like maybe lack of opportunity, lack of resources. Because again, a lot of the men who are going abroad are the men who maybe do have more money, do have maybe homes or cars or career, or have the stable lifestyle that women desire when they want to settle down. So I think that that is a big component too. That there's a sense of fear of like good men leaving and getting other women. And I think that's a big thing. Also, like the fear and the jealousy for me are the two things that kind of stand out to me.
You did a segment on woman only respect money, but with an interesting analysis. Can you please summarize the subject and your comments on, I mean, comments to the subject?
Women only respect my gosh. I'd have to go back and look at the context of what I was saying. Um, but I think speaking
Mm,
generally, in the American, I will speak in the American dating market. Um, when you're talking about submission is this really, really touchy topic
yes.
that comes up a lot. And it's this idea basically of whether or not a woman should be feminine or not, whether or not she should, yeah, work with her man and, be nice and compliant and submit to him, or whether or not she should be independent and aggressive and combative. Like that's a constant topic of discussion. And when I was I think what I was alluding to when I said women only respect money is that a lot of times when the topic of submission comes up in America, the determining factor is money, right? Women will sometimes say, "Oh, I'll be feminine for a guy who's masculine," right? Or I'll be feminine for a guy if he can provide these different resources. And usually it boils down to money, how much money a man makes,
Yes.
or the kind of lifestyle that he can give that allows that woman to be submissive. So, in that context or in that conversation, submission becomes conditional. It becomes, or femininity becomes conditional. It becomes about something that a man has to buy versus it being the essence of who a woman is. And that's when I was saying, okay, women only respect money. I'm like, if you can only be feminine if a man has a certain amount of money, then that means money to you is what matters, not masculinity, not maybe that person, not who that person is. It's just for you about money. So that's, I think, what I was alluding to when I made that comment.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. I think Ma'am Chess, it's not happened in your country, but I think it's all over the world because even here in the Philippines,
Uh huh.
people respect just only for money, because even family relatives,
Mhm.
they don't know you or they don't respect you if you are poor here. It's
Okay, okay.
yes. I watched your video, Black women are on life support several times. Do you believe they really are on life support or will be in life support due to their behavior, attitude, and demeanor while neo-Nazis culture is filling the void?
I think I call it modern women, or
Mm,
women in the West in general are on
okay.
life support. Now, the Black experience in America is very unique, and the struggles that we experience are very unique. So, in some ways, I think Black women experience it the worst, and have some of the worst results because of our history in America. But I would say that I think feminism, or toxic feminism, has really has really destroyed the minds of a lot of women in the West. This is why you have Black men going abroad. You also have white men going abroad. You even have other, Asian men going abroad. You have Hispanic
Yes.
men, Americans, like American men in general, Western men in general, are leaving and going to other countries where women tend to be more traditional, because of the mindset that has been a result of this, like, toxic modern mindset.
Yes.
So yes, I do believe that if things don't change, and if things remain as they are, then yes, then yes, things will get worse. Now, if things change, then there is a possibility, I think, of, perhaps things getting better. But as it stands today, things are not so good. So,
Yes. Can
mhm.
you please explain what's the meaning of passport brothers simping abroad and your opinion of the subject and the solution if any?
Oh, you're saying passport bros? Did you say simping?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So there is this discussion going on about okay, how do I describe this? So a pushback that Passport Bros was receiving was that they believed, no, essentially people were saying that the Passport Bros were going abroad and just taking advantage of women, engaging in tourism. They call it the box tourism, or engaging in
Yes.
illicit activity with women, right? And so they were really trying to demonize them and make it seem like these guys are just going abroad and being how do you call it, like, I'm trying to describe it. Yeah, they were just going abroad and engaging in a lot of illicit behavior. And that it was all about that. Like, it was all about guys just having the box, or hiring prostitutes, or hiring different
Yes.
sex workers. And so I talked about it at length, have done different research, and quite frankly, I have many men in my who follow me, who are passport bros. Many of them have gotten wives. Some of them from Philippines, some of them from Haiti, some of them from Latin America, some of them from Africa. Many of these men, that from my experience, who I've talked to, are actually going abroad to try to get wives, because they want to have families. In America, buying a prostitute is really easy. Like, you don't have to fly to another country to get a prostitute. So I
Yes.
reject the notion that guys are just going abroad to have all these different prostitutes and to engage in illegal activity or whatever, because I'm like, they could do that easily in the States without having to spend extra money. So yeah, so that's what I was talking about, the misconceptions about the pastor bros, how they're being judged as men who are just going abroad, engaging in prostitution and illegal activity. And the actual reality of what we're seeing is that many of these men actually do want wives, and they want legacy, and they're just looking for women who value that the same way. So I hope that makes sense.
Okay.
Mhm.
And please explain the passport brothers labeling, your definition of it and your thoughts on its origination and notoriety.
Well, okay, I want to make sure I understand. So you're saying explain the passport bros. You're saying on the
Yeah,
orientation.
yeah, your definition of it and your thoughts on its origination and notoriety.
Oh, you're saying like how it originated, like how it
Yes.
started. Ooh, that's a great question. Okay, I do not pretend to be an expert on this, right? But
Okay.
I'll just tell you, I'll tell you what I've heard from other thought leaders in the space. So a big thought leader in the space, obviously, is Dennis Sperling. I've interviewed him a few times, been in his channel, and he alluded to the fact that men, which is true, men really have been going abroad for decades, especially a lot of men who are part of the military or part of jobs
Yeah.
that require them to go around. This has happened for decades. And it's happened kind of quietly. They weren't making a big deal about it, quietly. What happened though, or this is a theory that I've heard, is that Kevin Samuels, I don't know if you're familiar with him, he was a very popular YouTuber. He took the manosphere, right? Which is basically, are you familiar with the manosphere? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Kevin Samuels, he took the manosphere kind of mainstream, right? He got it to
Mm,
where people of different ethnicities, nations internationally started to hear about this manosphere, right? Which is a space where
yeah.
men gather to talk about male issues. After he passed, there was a bit of a void. Nevertheless, he had gained the audience and attention of men and women internationally. So after Kevin Samuels left, these same people, started surfing the internet, started finding out about the manosphere, and then started listening into some of the different conversations that they were having. That's when they found out about the passport bros, although they weren't called that before. But that's when they started finding out about what these men had been doing for decades, but hadn't really been like advertising, because they started to listen into those spaces and they started to peer into those spaces. And
Yes.
I think that's why now it's become a little bit more mainstream, or it's become more of a popular topic, because different, probably women who were connected to media outlets found out about it and made a big fuss. But the activity has been happening for decades. So, yeah.
Okay, and ma'am, I have something to tell you. You are pretty because your face doesn't, I mean, you didn't put any makeup on your face, but you look good. It's just a simple.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, because yeah, I saw it when, oh my God, she's so pretty, and then she doesn't put any makeup on her face. Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
little bit on. I have a little bit, but I appreciate it.
Yes. And I issue a series video as a Please Act Right series, among other videos, asking Western women and Black women to become more traditional and to stop stereotyping Filipina women. Did you watch any of them? And do you think my message is effective or just useless? Why or why not?
Okay, so I don't think I had the opportunity to see that video, but I
Mm,
would love to. If you would send it to me, I'd love to take a look at it. Maybe I can
mm,
get a response or something.
okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Many passport brothers go to South America because it's closeness to United States.
Hmm.
And the mindset that the women are sexier and still black. I watch their videos and don't believe a country's women can be, better sexually than others. And I keep an open mind on the subject. Is sexuality, in your opinion, the real reason for the exodus? Or are they seeking family values or traditional woman closer to America?
I think again, I think the big reason is they want families and legacy. As I
Mhm.
mentioned before, in America, you can fly to states. There are areas in America where you can buy prostitution legally.
Yes,
There are,
definitely.
escorts. I mean, you got OnlyFans, you have Instagram models. Like, paying for services is not difficult within the United States of America. So the thought to me that men have to fly abroad, spend extra money to fly abroad just to have a prostitute, is silly because they're surrounded by it. Really, what these men are looking for, a lot of them, is marriages and families and a woman that values traditional family values. And that is not a big, by and large, that's not a big value among American women. It does exist in certain, like certain smaller communities, maybe religious communities, churches, certain pockets.
Yes.
But by and large, the overall mindset of your average American woman is modern, and family is not necessarily at the forefront. So that's, I think, why men are looking elsewhere.
And ma'am, do you have any question for me? You can ask me question, or I will continue.
You can continue, and then maybe I'll ask some at the end.
Okay. 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 I'm quite skinny and I'm 42. I mean, 41 years old, but I am running 42. I am 42 years old this year. I am over the hill in the Philippines. The woman they're considered over the hill at age 40. And do you believe in significant age gaps in relationship? For example, here it's not unusual to see a 21 years old Filipina with a 60 or 70 years old man in Western country. I mean, 70 years old man. It's not frowned upon as it would be in Western countries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Oh, so okay, so you're saying, do I personally take issue with
Yes.
with? Oh, that's a great question. Um, okay, I think no and yes. I would say it depends on
Mm,
the context. For example, I have a good friend of mine
mm,
who's actually moving to Thailand. He just married. He's, I think, 65 or so, and he just married a wife who's 40 or 41. So they're like 20, over 20 years apart. But they're in love. And I know personally of people who have maybe 10, 15, maybe even 20 years difference, and they have great marriages. So for me, the age doesn't necessarily matter as much. I just think sometimes it has to do with the setup. Like
mm.
there have been stories of women who are at 18 and they marry a 50-year-old, and when, like, right
Yes.
after 18. And I'm thinking 18 in the USA is when you legally become an adult. I'm thinking,
Mm.
if you're marrying at 18, well, what were you doing the years prior to that? Like, were you guys engaging in a lesbian?
Yes.
So for me, I understand at the end of the day that men are visual, and they're going to, I mean, some men like women their age, older men like women their age, but still, some men, even when they're older, younger, they like a particular age of women. So I don't see anything wrong with that per se. I just think it depends on the why, and really how it got to that point. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yes, yes, it's okay. Yes, ma'am. And then here in the Philippines, age doesn't matter, but there are some people think in a negative way
yeah.
if they say if they will say a young Filipina with the old foreigners. So there is a positive and negative comments on that here in the
Uh,
Philippines.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it depends on the context. Like the culture, how did it happen, age, like there's
Yes,
so many different other variables. So I don't want to just say it's all bad or all good, because again, I just think it truly depends on the situation.
yes. Okay. My next is many people do not know that the Aita or Negritos, who are African natives originality, inhabited the Philippines prior to colonial rule. Like the Aborigines in Australia, they have been pushed from the lowlands and live in the foothills of Mount Pinatubo here in the Philippines. If African Americans study the Philippines, they will learn we are closely connected,
Mhm.
and in the end, we are all family. Do you think knowing or learning the history will stop the stereotyping of Filipina women?
Oh, that's a great question.
Mhm.
Gosh, history would help so many people.
Yes.
That is a great question. If people understood, huh? Well, I want to say no, but the reality is, I think the issue is deeper than history. I mean, I think history is important, and there's a huge lack of understanding when it comes to history, period, among the general American population. But I think the reason that there's such, you mentioned that there's been a lot of negative pushback, is
Yes.
not because of the lack of history. I think it goes back to what I said earlier: a sense of jealousy, a sense of fear that these women have, a sense of despair, pride. So I think the issues aren't necessarily related to history. So
Yes.
I don't think um, having a history lesson would make a person feel any less jealous of you, or feel any less fearful, because the issue at that point is in their heart, or it's their own self esteem.
Yes.
So I don't know if a history lesson would directly impact. It could help, but you'd have to address the other things too in order for there
Mm,
to be a better, I think, understanding. Yeah.
okay. If if you have any fellow vloggers lacking knowledge of the Philippines and Filipina woman, will you ensure that this interview and your question and my response are fully disseminated to them, hopefully, bringing more awareness and clarity and to help stop the stereotyping of Filipina woman?
Yeah, which you're saying, should I share the video, share the content that you create?
Mm.
Yeah, definitely. I do. I mean, I guess when you're done, I do have a question. You have at least one question
Okay.
or two.
Okay. Okay, you had interesting interview with trial lawyer and the vlogger Dennis Farley. What's your assessment of that interview, content, and his message and philosophy?
Dennis Sperling. I like Dennis Sperling. He's fun.
Mm,
I know his approach is a bit
mm,
aggressive. I will say that.
yes,
Um, but I also understand where he's coming from, because I know for him there's been a lot of personal experience,
mm,
and he's also a lawyer. He's a lawyer, so
yes,
he fights for a living, and so anytime he's going to be fighting for a position, he's going to take out all of the tools available, right? He's going to lean in fully in that
yes,
position. So, I always, when I'm listening to something or somebody, especially if they are an opposing point of view, I try really hard to get beyond the tone or the approach of what they're saying and to listen to the actual message. Now, I'm not perfect, but I try to listen to the message itself and not get too caught up in the presentation, because if there's truth in the message, there's truth in the message, period.
yes,
And I understand that he's representing a group of men who feel overlooked, who feel disrespected, and who feel tired. And while I know his approach, like I said, can be a bit aggressive sometimes, and it can be a bit triggering, I I understand that men are frustrated and they should be able to express their frustration. So I just look at it as an opportunity to say, okay, well, what can I learn from this? Or what can women learn from this? And how can we maybe take this information and use it as a way to try to improve our lives, and then maybe improve our connections or our success with men? So that's
yes.
how I try to look at it.
Would you assess the majority of your subscribers as being female or a combination of both? What or which gender is your ideal target audience, if any?
I have a mix. I do have a mix of audience, although I know
Mm.
it's dominated by men. I am a femininity channel. But I just happen to be a femininity channel that doesn't hate men. A lot of femininity channels online tend to hate men or tend to be anti-male.
Mm,
And I'm not. I'm a femininity channel that actually I like to deal with issues that impact women, and I talk a lot about
yes,
ways that we can address ourselves. Now that sometimes I can come off as a little bit harsh, or it can be uncomfortable for women to have to address their own shortcomings. but that's what I'm about. And that attracts some women, and it attracts a lot of men too because they feel,
Yes.
welcome. So
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Can you please explain the 80-20 rule? Is
oh,
it reality and effect and having positive results?
that's a great question. So basically, the 80-20 rule is that the majority of women go after a minority of men, right? So they're saying basically 80% of the female population will go after the top
Yes.
20% of men, top 20% either in resources, in looks, in status, all of the above. What that means is there are a lot of men who are left out. And so that's really the 80-20 rule in a nutshell. You know, the numbers can change, or the ratio can change depending upon who you talk to. And there have been different studies and stuff to allude to this, but yeah, it just speaks to the nature that women usually try to go for the top. They try to go for the best, whereas men usually are not. I don't say they're not as picky, but they're just not. Men, I think, have more of an abundance mentality, whereas women want the best of the best, you know?
Yes.
That's what that speaks of.
So, ma'am, any question or comments to me and to our viewers?
Yeah, okay, so I know you had mentioned, and then I think once you send me the video, or I see the video that you made to different women in the West and Black women, I will that'll give me more context. But I know you had mentioned originally that there's been some stereotyping that you have experienced. Would you mind expounding upon that? Has it been people coming to your page? Have you gotten different emails or videos? I'm just curious, what are the different stereotypes that you found women have been throwing upon you that you personally are trying to wanting to address?
Okay, no, on my, I didn't receive, but I saw some vlogger who post video on their channel that there are some Western women criticize or make judgment to Filipina woman. Yeah,
Okay.
that's who. Yes, so I saw it in another video. I mean, in another YouTube channel. But so far, I didn't receive it on my own, but there was a time that I received a message, I mean, comment, and then it's saying that stop saying like that because you don't know Western woman. And then I answered to him that I didn't say it generally, but mostly I just only say about my experience because of what my deceased husband talked to me about it. So I just share what my deceased husband told to me, but I didn't talk it in generally.
Okay, so are you married to a Western man? Is that what you said? Or
Yes, I am married a man from Belgium, and then he passed away last 2020. But it's a long story, ma'am, because the father of my daughter is from Belgium, but he abandoned us for 15 years until I decided to be in the dating website. And
Mhm.
then I found my husband, but we were in a long distance relationship for 1 year before we met personally. And then after he went back to his country, and then long distance relationship again for 2 years
Oh,
before he came back here to the Philippines, and then we got married. He
oh,
came back here, the second time he came back here last December 2013, and then we got married January 2014. And then after our marriage, we will not meet again for 6 years until he passed away.
mm.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your story. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes,
I
thank you.
appreciate you.
And
Oh,
then I receive also judgment from
hmm.
Filipino people, and then negative comments, judgment, criticize, even to my daughter. Even I am the mother, but I heard how Filipino people, I mean, how some Filipino people judge my daughter, and that it's hurt me because my daughter doesn't know anything happened. about that her brother abandoned here for
Mm.
12 years, but we are, I mean 15 years, but we are now we I don't make affected, I mean I didn't give attention to all the negative comments or
Yeah,
judgment. I just
good.
ignore. Mhm.
Yeah, no, that's good. Would you say that would you say that the dating market in the Philippines is relatively easy or is it complicated?
I mean family relatives, you mean?
No, I'm saying like dating, like the dating
Okay.
was is it difficult out there as well as it is in the West, or is it you think it's pretty easy to meet someone and fall in love
No,
and
it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to find someone here, because even inside the mall or everywhere, there are. I mean, they can see different. I mean, they can see some woman, and then if they say hello in a good way, they can the woman appreciate it, and then yeah. But what I'm gonna tell to them is they must be very careful, because um there are some scammers, and then I want them to getting to know more about the Filipino woman, about their attitude, because even on the day, even if they search it in their own way personally, but they must be very careful, because not all the women are 100% serious of their intention.
no, that makes sense. Yeah, some women are
Yes.
just in it, yeah, for wrong things. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Would you say that American men or just men from Western countries, maybe Europe, the USA, would you say that they tend to be seen as more valuable among Filipino women? Or no, not really.
Not really, but not. I mean, Filipino woman doesn't choose any, as long as the guy are honest, faithful, and then kind and respectful. No, it doesn't matter to Filipino woman. Even Korean, there are some Filipino woman married a Korean guy. Yes, so Filipino woman doesn't choose any or no specific.
Yeah, no, that makes
Mm,
sense.
yes.
That makes sense. I'm trying to think if I have I'm sure I have other questions, but they're my brain's over here right now.
Yeah, but me, ma'am, honestly, even me, I am a Filipino woman, but I have experienced quite a lot that like what you said earlier in your video, like woman respect only for money. Not
Mhm.
only woman, even family relatives here in the Philippines, they just under respect for money. If you are poor, they don't know you. They don't invite you on the events, but if you are rich, you are the number one in the list.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, very interesting.
Yes.
Money, I guess, is universal language, apparently.
Yes. Yeah, and then there is also, I mean, not, I didn't say most, but there are some Filipino people, even if they have just money, but they say hurt words to poor people or something. They show to their people they are so very boastful if they have money, because they show to the people, look at me, I have fortunate than you, and then you are not level on me, so you must be level of what I achieve. There are some Filipino people are like that, very boastful, and then they don't respect to towards other people.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
I mean, there's a word for it, but yeah, there's a word for it. You have that in America too. I mean, you'll probably have
Mhm.
that anywhere. People who are, whether it's classist or um, bourgeois. I'm trying to think of the right word, but they only care about money or they only care about people who have a particular kind of money or lifestyle. Otherwise, they're not going to deal with you. That makes sense. I am curious, is there a stigma, is there in America, there's not really a huge stigma anymore for a woman having a child out of wedlock, or being a single mother. I mean, if anything, that's celebrated. um, More so these days. How I'm curious in your country if there's also acceptance of mothers having kids outside of wedlock, or if that is generally looked down upon.
Okay, here there are so much now a single mom. It's because Filipino women are very trust very quickly of especially to the Filipino woman. I mean Filipino men, because there are some Filipino men really talk to a girl so that they can catch it the attention and then fully fall in love to them, and then after they get what they want, and then the woman get pregnant, they say bye bye or something, but the parent accept it because it's their child, and then no one can take good care of their children, and then it's happened. The parents cannot change it, but there are some also young teenager, it happened to them to be a single ma'am. It's because they don't think it what will gonna be happened, and then what will gonna be happened, and then even their parents advise them or give them advice many times, but they are so very stubborn. They want to do what they want to do. So but at the end, when they get pregnant, they will go back to their parents, and then they said sorry because yeah, and then the parents have no choice because
Oh,
it's already there. And then for us, child is it's like a blessing. So and then we are also religious people. So wait, I'm gonna excuse me, I'm gonna match. Okay, thank you, Ricky Sweet, for the super chat. And then I'm gonna thanks. Okay, very nice interview, Sharon. Does Chez Charde have her own channel blog? Yes, her channel is Chez Charde.
yeah, it's literally Chez Charde. You can
Yeah.
type it in, you'll see all kind of random stuff there.
Yeah, okay. Wow, but that's right. Okay, here is her YouTube channel name.
Also on TikTok.
Yeah, also on TikTok. And then, ma'am, if you have another question, you can ask me question.
Let me think. Okay, so another, I think I probably know the answer to the question of this, but do you ever see Filipino men going abroad to try to find other women?
Yes,
To the same level you see American men or men from the West going and trying to find traditional. Do you see that trend for Filipino men too?
yes, ma'am. Exactly. There are. It happened to a Filipino man. They go abroad, but they at the same time while they are working abroad, they have another woman, and then the yeah, but at the same time, either foreign woman or same as culture. There are some Filipino men and women, they have relationship if they work together in the same country and then
Oh,
in the same place. Yeah, it happened, and then it happened mostly. I know one of my friend, I think when he was working in Dubai, and then his wife is in the Philippines, but he had relationship with another Filipina while they are working in the same place, and then
um,
they work in the same country. So it happened, and then it happened also the same also to Filipina woman. If they work abroad, either they have another man, either Filipino or foreign.
okay, and are you saying is it like they may work abroad and then they may send money back home to their family or whatever, but then they may have a family in the country they're working also? Okay.
Yes, yes, they send money to their family. But sometimes there are some husband or wife when their partner working abroad, but at the same time with their partner sending money to them, but they spend it to their friends drinking beer or something, and then they will tell, yeah, they will show to their friends, look at me, I have so much money because my wife is working abroad. And then it's the same also to the wife. If the wife, yeah. And then not also happened, ma'am, if there are also some Filipino women that if their partner will work abroad, either their partner work very hard in another country, and then doesn't have any relationship with another woman in that country, but it's their wife who find another Filipino man here in the Philippines.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mm. That sounds
Yeah,
complicated.
it happened. Yeah, it happened to my one of my friend also. He is seafarer. He working on the ship internationally. I mean international. But his wife is live here in the Philippines. But his wife had an affair to another man
Mm.
while he is working abroad.
Oh, yikes.
Yes,
That's complicated.
yes, it happened here.
So another one, I think I'm getting to my last one. So I actually saw, I can't think of her name, but she is a pretty popular TikToker. She's also Filipina, and she did this video on, I think, colorism, and
Okay.
she was speaking to, I think, specifically Black women, and she was saying that a lot of Filipino men are not really into darker skin, or they prefer lighter skin in their culture. Would you say that that is generally true, that Filipino men tend to be attracted to lighter skin, even lighter skin Filipinas, or just more white women, and drawn away from darker skin? Would you say that that's true, or do you think that's false?
No, it's false. But there are some Filipino men who want to be in a lighter skin, but not all the Filipino men are like that. It's the same also to Filipina woman. We don't need specific, but there are some Filipina women want to be in a lighter skin, or want to be in the white man. Yeah,
Oh,
but not all. And it's the same also with Filipino Filipino men. Yeah.
Filipino men.
Mm.
You think that do you think there's pressure to go a particular way? Like there's a pressure to go for a lighter skin, or a pressure to go darker, or do you think there's like societal pressure, or pressure maybe from parents to,
No.
okay.
No pressure. Yeah, no pressure for that. And then it's the person who decided. And then mostly some Filipina want to be in a white man, because I mean light skin, because they think that their baby is so pretty and handsome on the light skin. And then there are also some Filipino women pay much more money for their skin to be lighter. They don't I mean, I don't know what happened to other Filipino women. They are not contented of their skin. I don't know why they don't like their brown skin. Yes, and then they would like to go to doctor for to inject a glutathione for their skin to become white, but they don't realize that their skin is very nice. And then me, I don't need to my skin to be white or lighter. No, I like my skin, and
Yeah.
I like natural, simple, natural, not no fake or something using whitening lotion or something. Yeah.
Okay. But you're saying that it is common to see certain Filipino women who they will go with white men because they want the babies with the lighter skin, or they may lighten their skin to get lighter shades.
Yes.
Um, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I had a friend of mine. I know somebody who, I mean, she is married with a dark skin, but her child is very pretty.
Yeah. I mean, I've
Yes.
I've seen all kinds of mixes. That happens in America too. I mean, you have certain women who specifically even Black women or, Hispanic women, who will specifically go after white men because they want
Yes.
lighter skin, or they want their babies to come out a particular way, and they think it's
Mhm.
going to be best, like that. So yeah, I've seen that in the USA, just the same.
Yes. But not all the not all the it's the same of the mix, I think. But even if they are married with a lighter skin, but the beauty of their child, if it's if it doesn't look like the white culture or something, or black, but it's the beauty of their Filipino culture. I mean Filipino origin.
Yeah.
Because there is relatives of mine that married a man from Europe, but
Huh?
her daughter is looks like her mom, not looks like a Western.
Yeah.
Western. You can recognize that she is from Western family because of her skin and the eyes, but the face is from her mom.
Ah, interesting.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
you never know. Honestly, you can never know
Yes.
when you intermingle different
Yes.
ethnicities.
Yeah, before I got pregnant, I pray that I pray to God that I hope when I get pregnant, my daughter will looks like a Mama Mary, but I think it's granted because my daughter is pretty. So, and I think that, yeah, not all Filipino women who are married a foreign guy who looks like their culture, but it's look like their mom or their partner Filipino woman originally. But not all become perfect looks.
Yeah, no, I hear you. You
Mm.
can't well, you can't really control how the baby is
Yes.
gonna come out, how it comes out.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, gosh, I think that's all of the many questions that I have off the top of my head.
Okay.
But
Okay. Okay. And mom, I will not let you keep a long time for this interview, and then this is the end of our interesting interview, and thank you, Mom Chess, so much for being so gracious, mom, for to be interview on my channel and to grant this interview. And I hope you can post this interview on your Facebook or
yeah.
where it will receive maximum viewing, and I will post Mom Chess Chardy channel link in the video description, and please subscribe her channel. And then her channel name is Chez Chardy, and then please subscribe also my channel. And it's full of content, and she keeps it real. So her YouTube channel is very nice, and then the video is very interesting. So please subscribe her channel, and at the same time subscribe also my channel. So mom, thank you so much for this interview. I mean, this very nice interview. And if you would like to interview me for your channel, just let me know because I am welcome. So
Yeah.
that you can hear, yeah, so that you can hear also about Filipino perspective, and then Filipino culture, history, and attitude of the Filipino people.
No, that'd be
Okay.
great. That'd be great. Well,
Okay.
I'll send you an email because yeah, would love to connect again. Also would love to see the video that you referenced earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be in contact.
Okay, so thank you, Mom, and thank you, everyone, for watching. And please subscribe, Mom Chess Chardy's channel, Chess Chardy, the name of her YouTube channel, and subscribe also my chat. Subscribe also my YouTube channel. And thank you, everyone, and God bless. Bye.